Welcome back to the channel. My name is Not Raisin. We are playing PLO 20. Or as the case may be, a little bit of PLO 10 on microgaming. On Run at Once, of course, and a little bit on microgaming until the player pool on Run at Once does fill up. And right now we are waiting on the PLO 10 tables. I'll open some PLO 20 tables as well, but there it'll take a moment for it to fill up, I guess. Only 2 entries at PLO 20 right now. But now with me being in there, make that 6, and of course we'll have some microgaming tables. Right, so let me actually pull up a microgaming table. Played a little bit off stream earlier today, managed to book a 1 buy and win on microgaming. And so all is good. Just give me a moment finishing up some stuff on the side. And the first PLO 10 table is seating us. Let's play a little. Ooh, something else is blinking at me. Oh, a PLO 20 table. How nice is that? Okay, let me just sort everything out here. This is a pretty fun flop. That 5, I mean, I don't think it'll make a difference all that often. Well, he apparently thinks differently, okay. It's not too awesome that he finds a lead here. Then again, as long as he doesn't have 5s. Get called, so I guess we're always good here, right? Yeah. So by the looks of it, this dude is just sitting out. If that is the case, I'm gonna close the table. I'm too bad at heads up. This is well known by this point. Okay. Go for one more, giving us a pair. I don't think that's terribly helpful. Ooh, scratch that. One more PLO 20 table opening. So here, I fold here. This is, I don't know, very nice, I would say. And we do take it down. He agrees. Good start. We just kind of needed the way we ran yesterday, which was horrible. Especially the last session, I played so fine. I was so happy with my play. Didn't get rewarded with it, like generally speaking, at all. I remember us being up with aces against kings a bunch of times. I don't remember us winning a single one of these. Like, oh, where's a king rolled off? Once they had the decency to do it on the river, so I at least had some hope until then. It was madness. What is it? Ace, 7, 3 deuce. Okay. Gotta lead this one. Going for the check raise is also fine, I think. If kings on the one microgaming table we're sitting at. Ooh. And apparently another PLO table on PLO 10 table on Run It Once has opened, which is pretty nice. Also pretty nice is flopping a set here right away. The second PLO 20 table is filling up as well, so nice. Very decent hand up here. Ace 10 10 9 double suited in the small blind versus the big. Also a good one over here. Ace 9 8 7. Also double suited. Good enough for a raise. Also good enough to call if should he come over the top. Giving us top pair, the 8 high flush. Over here we flop also very nice, I would say. He decides to bet small. Calling is the way to go. See how it develops. Somehow, I don't really believe him. So that's, I'm not folding on this card. If he bets, he has the higher flush, then so be it. Them nuts, huh? Unfortunate. But in a heads-up situation, I don't really mind. Yeah, where's the thingy? Yeah, I don't really mind the call-off in a heads-up spot. It is, of course, different multi-way, but I do get aces on the other PLO 10 table that's currently on the screen. I'll move it over if something happens. Ooh, and on the microgaming PLO 20 table things are happening. Right, so I'll just move this one over. This is the other PLO 10 table, the one I have aces on. Money's going in here. That is SBR. You end up taking it down. And wow, like everybody's in this hand, really. Guess we'll have to check it. Even on this board against, you know, 4 dudes. I am playing against 16 whole cards. So I don't really fancy c-betting here. But it's gonna be the last hand on microgaming. Because we don't need it anymore. Gives us a double gutter this turn. We do have the ace of clubs, so... not sure if I like the call, to be honest. Never know what happens behind me. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to let it go. queens against... Okay, fair enough. Queens against fours. So what's the 6 in my hand? I think I do want to bet here. So table 1 and table 3 are both PLO 10 tables, and the other two tables, namely 2 and 4, are... what? PLO 20, right. Duh. Not really the card we're looking for. Fair enough though. Right, over here, top pair, the 10 in our hand. I'll check it, not really blocking any straights. Any straight draws, I mean, of course. I think I'll let her go. Ooh, that's a little bit happier. We do get a call. Nice. Making up a little bit for the buy-in I dunked off at... well, dunked off. I called off with the straight... with the flush there on table 2 earlier. Getting some money back. 7 and a jack, huh? I think I'll let her go. For this bet sizing. Top pair, backdoor diamonds. He bets pot. Wow, really. I guess it's tough making 2 pair. Okay. Fair enough, you take it, sir. Over here we have the Ace Jack 9-4 double suited on the button. Not necessarily looking to get raised, but if I do, I think I'll call. Not folding a double suited hand in this spot. And I flop Bupkis. But having the 4 in my hand, and he by no means needs to have a king or anything like it. I think c-betting here is not horrible. And it indeed gets the job done. Yeah, with this type of hand, you know, with a fairly call-happy button here, I don't mind folding it. Make it suited to the ace, and it's a completely different story. Not folding here, blind versus blind. Against the short stack though, he should be fairly conservative with his hand selection. Apparently min bet and min raise manias going on table 1. Good thing Hamsterman isn't in the channel. Is not in the channel. He would scold me for not re-raising the minimum. I have a gutter, did not flush draw. And overcards, I think the money might just go in here. It's unfortunate that I also have the king of spades, so if he does come over the top again, it's more likely at least 2 pair. And more likely a set. Because, you know, he can't be calling with a second nut flush draw. But so far, this is going... Wait. Oh, come on, really? Yes, yesterday all over again. Deja vu all over again. Ends up making a full house. We had 2 pair, top and bottom, and also a flush draw. I get there on the turn, he gets there on the river. Because why wouldn't he? Oh well. Nothing cooking on this board for us. Yep. Hey Poker Bros! Welcome to the channel, mate. Thanks a lot. Not right now. The dealers are not liking me. I must have heard them in like a previous life or something. Something is up. Yes, has been up yesterday and today. Whenever I had aces and the other dudes had queens, kings yesterday, I don't remember a single time I won it. But I'm not, you know, not gonna moan or bitch too much. It's gonna turn around. And I'm in the best of spirits. Thanks for the good luck wishes, mate. How's your streaming going? Yeah, it's like 1 king too many. Yeah, so yesterday I finished down like 6 binds or something. And at least in the last stream I played pretty close to my best game, so sometimes that's not enough. That's just the way it is in PLO, or any kind of poker really. That's fine. It'll even out. We flopped the open-ender and that is pretty much it. So I'm not gonna go crazy here. He now finds the bet button. Just weird. Because this card didn't really change anything. I don't know if he was trying to get a check raise in on the flop here. Or what he could be betting now that he checked on the flop. Oh well. Hartman! Hey, hey, hey! I can certainly use the good luck wishes, my friend. Thank you very much. The Shazam, a premature Shazam. But I hope there will be Shazam moments. I'm sure there will be. I think just calling here is the way to go. A couple of different nice spots. Yep, I'll just call down. Against quads, huh? That sounds about right. This day, man. It is starting off nasty. Down here I do have a nice hand though. Ace Ace 7-7 seeing a suited in a splash pot on a PLO 10 table. It's nice of him to check. Just let out the top pair there, huh? Interesting. I do have a shot at redemption up here. And with this SPR, his remaining stack, the money is going in. And we do take one down. Nice. So it looks Elton is sitting out, so I'm gonna close this table. Look for one with more peeps on it. Giving us all the pairs on the board. No jack, no ace in our hand though. I see no reason to slow down. Alright, let's stick around for a moment on this table. Maybe it fills up again. I do get raised, I think heads up. I'm never folding here. I think, don't quote me on that. Okay, let's catch up. That might do it. Nice. It does indeed. In a splash pot we have a decent hand. Over here I opted to check. Not sure about this one, I think a bet maybe is interesting as well. Over here we do make a pair, a gutter I guess, also have some full house outs. He bets, and with the double gutter I am going to call, I think. Ace rolls off on the river here. Me end up taking it down. In here I might put the ace of, what is it, clubs to use now. By parting it in a moment. Here we get called, I think. Yeah, but the king high flush draw, fair enough. He's not gonna lay this one down. I come over the top here and end up making a set, which is pretty sweet. I have a heart in my hand as well, have the sevens as blockers to future straights. See how this is gonna work out. And out of position I always bet on the larger end here. Okay, let's do this then. I hope it's a combo draw, not kings. Okay, perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. On the other PLO. 22 against loose aggro. Frenchie! Welcome back, mate. Good to see you again. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this whole chain of events. Specifically, if I should have... I think the raise is fine. I believe this dude set out. Not sure if I should have called the 3-bet there. When he bets partner, I'll find better spots. I think. I hope. Yeah, this being one of them. Yeah, hey Frenchie, good to see you. Not entirely sure how long today's stream is gonna be. I am a little bit tired, I'm not really sure why, but I'll play it by ear. I actually thought about that offer when I was walking the dog earlier. I was like, you know, I wonder if Frenchie's gonna be here today. And if I can shout out to him. No lie either. Just thought about that a couple of minutes ago. Not the happiest spot, but, you know, there certainly are king queens and stuff like that in his range. That 6 is immensely helpful. Also helpful is that he only called. Nice! And with that we are in profit. Let's make this trade flush here. And will do, Frenchie, and good luck with the studying. It is a king. Not the king we're looking for though. I wonder if I can ever fold here. I don't think so. I think I can, I think I don't want to. Woo! Baby. And he has had enough. And I guess that is fair. Oh no, I get the can't join the waiting list bug. Which means I'm gonna have to restart the client in a moment. But before that I will... Hang on, I will not do anything. Because it seems my game froze. Like, apparently things are going on, I just don't see them. Oh well, it is a beta, it's no big deal, so I'll just close down the client. Hang on for a moment. Sorry about that. I think, damn it, I think I should have left the table. Now my phone is ringing. Things are happening all over the place. Hang on, sorry. Okay, so sorry about that. I'll get back to check in to the chat in a moment. I can't log in. Get an error? Oh, now it works. Okay, never mind. Okay. Just need to align the table. Yeah, it was like a server hiccup there, I guess. Just need to align the tables so they look all neat. Because otherwise it's gonna bug me. A little bit like Monk in that regard. Right, so hey Alex Slansky. Nice to see you back again, man. Great of you to drop by. Yeah, sure thing, Hartman. I got 404 euros in rakeback and probably another 200 and... Let me check that. I can estimate it. Like the deposit bonus plays a role in with that as well. So I think, yeah, 404 in rakeback, I would say another 200-ish in the deposit bonus. So, which is deducted from the rakeback, so if the deposit bonus had not been active anymore, it would have been around 600 in rakeback. Or having played and streamed roughly 210 hours playing 4 tables, all in all. Yeah. Oh, and in case you didn't see on Twitter, there is going to be a special promotion this weekend where you have to play, like you have to play at least one hand in a 15-minute time window. I think it's between 6 and 6:15 p.m. Central European time. And then you will get 20% extra rakeback directly into your account for that day, for the next 24 hours, for the next 24-hour hand period. And of course, the 51% splash pots are being subtracted from that, so you get those 20% of the remaining 49%. But still, it's neat, and you know, you get that rakeback direct into your account. I like that. Wonder if I should fold if he bets. I kinda doubt it. A whole bunch of stuff has missed here. The 9 hasn't. Fair enough. Yeah, so I made streamer level 2 once more, and I got just a smidgen over 400 euros in rakeback. Okay, now the PLO 20 table is opening. So table 1 and table 3 are now... Hang on, is that table 3? I have to check. No, table 1 and table 2 are PLO 20, table 3 is PLO 10. And here this is a good hand to squeeze with the ace, king, queen, the 9 double suited. That's not really a squeeze, it's just coming over the top. And this is normally a fold, I think, against a loose aggressive. Maybe with the queen 9 in there. The reason why this is often a fold, even it's such a nice, it's such a perfect looking hand, is that you're doing really bad against the 3-betting range. You are blocking aces and kings, true, but if they do have aces and kings, then you're gonna do really bad against that range. Unfortunately, he didn't, so he threw-bet the ace, queen, 10, 7 double suited. Ace, queen, 10. That is certainly valuable information. I'm gonna let it go. Ace, queen, 10, 7 double suited. Unfortunately, the second... Ooh, would have, should have, could have. Second PLO table is a heads up, and that's not gonna work for me. Yeah, definitely not bad. And you know, without the deposit bonus, it would be roughly 50% more. It would be 600 and something. Or, yeah, around 600. Yeah, very happy with it. At least got some profit out of the month, which was otherwise like almost exactly break even, I believe. And we would have, should have, could have won a big pot up here. I don't really mind the fold. It's close in the splash pot. The reason why I folded was, like, assuming these guys go out, he just doesn't have the stack to justify me calling there with a mediocre hand. He was down to 7 euros, so 30 big blinds. 30 something big blinds. 35. And that math just didn't make sense to me. What did he go in with there? We can take a look at that. You probably saw, I didn't pay attention. Damien is his name, huh? Oh, he folded before the river, really? Oh. Let's check out what the other dudes had, though. Top and bottom here looks good to me. Especially being short, he bets 3/4, something like that. I'm gonna repot it right away. Actually, I could have repotted it as slightly lower. There are not really any straights here, any draws at all. He is calling. He has king 10, you know, we have to get lucky. Looks like he does. No, it does not. He had repaired an open-ender, I guess? Tobies! Also, welcome back. Nice to see you. And now we're sitting on 2 PLO 20, 1 PLO 10 table. Things are looking up. Tables. And speaking of looking up, we are now up, like, I think like 1.5 buy-in here and another buy-in on microgaming from earlier when I played off stream. So he raises, okay, I'm not folding against Damien. The question is, what do I do if he bets, and I have a feeling he might if I check it to him twice. That's too bad. I had a good feeling that we were ahead, possibly until this river. Yeah, yeah, even if he's bluffing, you know, then good for him. don't really see the value in calling until I know much more about him. If if it turns out that he's just going nuts on a lot of rivers, might be a different story. But for now, perfectly fine fold. And we flop sort of interesting here. Pair, flush draw, and a gut shot. Make the 2 pair and a flush, and the gutter 2 the straight flush. Here, this one gonna be a little bit larger, even though I'm out of position. In position, where I usually bet smaller. It's not a happy card. But I'm not winning this at showdown now, so I really hope he doesn't have a jack. Nice. And we're now sitting on 4 tables. The bottom tables, table 3 and table 4 being PLO 10. Table 1 and 2 being PLO 20. And der Alte! Welcome back, welcome back. Well, you know, I did everything I could yesterday. I played my... Wait, what has happened to my webcam? Gosh darn it. Hang on, I'll look into that in a moment. For now, today it is indeed going upwards. Yeah. This is not a happy card, I don't know. Still bet folding, I think. Way to go. Oh, never mind, he's really short. It's all good then. And my webcam's passed out. Let me see if I can do anything about it. That hasn't happened in a while. I guess I need to go unplug it. Hang on. Right. I have a feeling this might not work. Oh, never mind, never mind. It did work. Cool. Didn't expect that. Right, so let me just fix that zoom here. Should say the autofocus. Hang on, I'll get back to the chat in just a moment. Still a little bit all over the place here due to the recent technical issues. This is definitely not a happy river here at all. Yeah. Right. The 10-10 board on a turn when he checks the flop. Yeah. Sounds good to me. And DJ Upthal, if I'm pronouncing this in any way correctly. Welcome back to the channel, mate. Right, I'm gonna answer your... Per day? Actually not much, like 15 euros or something. But there is the deposit bonus in there as well. So once that one is done. So I got, in total, I got like 400 euros in rakeback and another 200 with the deposit bonus. So without the bonus, it would have been the same total amount. It would have been like 600 in rakeback. So that would be, what, 20 euros a day? Something like that. And you, Torstico, long time no see, mostly due to me not being online, I would think. Welcome back. Still smile every time I see your name. Remember when I read the Uchor's Disco, and I was like, that's a cool name. I have no idea why it is, but it is cool. That'll work for me. Right, so yesterday I played for 3 sessions. The middle session, like the second session, I really didn't play my A game, so I don't mind having lost a few binds there. But the last session I played, from my point of view, rather well. Didn't get rewarded much. Finished up the day down like 6 binds or something. We saw 2 800 big blind splashes though, where they just put, you know, 160 bucks into the pot before the flop casually. Didn't manage to win either one of them. But it sure was exciting still. And for now, for the day, we are actually up a little, I think. Need to check. I know I'm up like a buy-in on microgaming, which I played off stream earlier as a warm-up. And here we're up, not down. We're up, I think, around like 1.5 binds? I think so, yeah. Alright, so we have the gutter and the overpair. We have a 9 in our hand. I think I'll see if I can take this down with the c-bet here. The TwitchCon is tomorrow, right. Are you going? That 4. Well, he's in the small blind. It shouldn't really be his card all that often. I hope. Do get called. We get almost the perfect card, except that it's in diamonds. And with the queen in my hand, whoa, that's an ugly one because I, you know, blocked the straights. I also do have a diamond, and it's usually the reason usually what makes me decide to call if I have especially good diamond in my hand. Yeah, fair enough. Curious to think if it could have been a raise, but I think it's too thin with the queen, like with the queen of diamonds. Maybe with the king every once in a while. Actually, I've done it, I think, successfully too. Yeah, DJ, it's not bad. I'm happy. Right, I just got an email. Huh. And you know, I have been running well off the table yesterday. I just figured, why not? The question can't hurt, so I asked the PLO Matrix guy if they would be fine with giving me free access in exchange for a banner on the channel. And what do you know? They said yes, so... Was that email? Who was that email by just now? The upswing Poker. Good morning, Doug Polk asked me to give you free access to the PLO Matrix. How cool is that? Yeah. How cool is that? Yeah, also do that, you know, I thought I wasn't allowed to like talk about third-party poker products. I was very careful with that in the past so far. Now I got the special document you have to sign if you reach streamer level 2 for 2 months consecutively. And it's nowhere near as draconian as I thought, so I can keep the Mastermind banner on my channel, I can have the PLO Matrix banner on my channel, I can talk about them and what I think about them too. And that is just neat. I will let this one go. Internet problems on your end, Jostico. Sucks to hear it, man. See you soon. See you soon. Hope you get them fixed. Get right back to you there, Alter. Right, yeah, I'll get right back to you. Just now the next PLO 20 table has opened. Okay. Right, so about its straight hand, yeah, in a multiplayer pot more than in a heads-up pot, I think. Being afraid of the... Of course, that's a factor, and I would have hated to get a re-raise there. Works fine in Denmark. Well, you know, Denmark has excellent internet. Double-suited jacks, can I find a fold with double-suited jacks? With the extra money in here, it's a good question. I think more often than not the answer should be yes, I should be finding a fold. Then again, I just could flop the world. No, that was obviously lucky. I think the answer is yes. To the question if I should be folding here. And... well, I am blocking continuation ranges quite heavily. Except for spades, of course. So I'm still on the end... like a smaller bet sizing here. That'll work. Now I wonder if I should check this. I think I should. Yeah, right! I was blown away by that as well. I figured, you know, not gonna hurt to ask. And like 5 minutes later, I got like a positive answer. Like, oh, okay, cool. That's good value too. I mean, the mastermind I used on and off, so I was over the moon to be offered free access to that. Don't get me wrong, but the PLO matrix I paid for every month for a year now. So quite a thing. We are now sitting at 3 PLO 20 tables. Only table 3 should we get seated there. Currently we're waiting. Would be a PLO 10 table. See what happens. Actually, also I don't remember what happened in that straight hand. Let me see if... I think that might have been still the same table, or was it a different one? Did he end up calling? I think it was on a table that I closed. You know what? I can't look it up at runtime, but I have the feeling this should be a fold. Like in solver world. Let's do check it now. I know it might seem tight, but I looked these spots up earlier and it's right on the edge. It's right on the edge. It's a raise fold, so that part is fine. But it's close, is my point. The queen 3 should be a fold. Luber! All the familiar names are here. Nice to see you as well. Ooh, called in 2 spots. Hope maybe there's an ace-10 among them. Ear splash happening down here, and we have a hand actually. So, I think I'm gonna pot this. I mean, yeah. Get called here, and we're never not good here. He comes over the top, and so, ooh, okay, let's play this 3 ways then. Not exactly what I had in mind. Eight, 9, is that us? I believe it is! It is! Shazam! Shazam! Making some... regaining some ground after yesterday's sessions. Very nice. So doubled up here. Tripled up down here. This is a very decent start to the day. And like that, we are up a little bit, just a tad over 4 buy-ins, I believe. Yeah. Very nice. What are the other hands there, so I can take some notes if they're splash pot call happy or just splash pot crazy. Dude. Ace King 5 was what Earl had. That part and one I certainly understand. Single suited to the ace as well. And he came over the top with the Ace King 7-3. Single suited in hearts to the 7. And he left, okay, so I can't take a note on him. Fair enough. Good luck and good game. Thanks for dropping by there, Alter. I appreciate that a lot. Well, that perked me right up. I was kind of tired when I started the session today, which is also why it started a little bit later. But tripling up there certainly helped. Okay. Would have taken any diamond. Possibly a 9. Any hard. The hard backdoor was what made me call here in the end. That's what tipped the scales. Okay, looks like we got all the pairs, right? Another decent hand, the King Queen 10-8, double suited here on the button, folded to us. Not gonna fold against the 3-bet naturally, and take it down, it's never bad. And 92. To shake the newly mixed liquid for the vape about a little bit, every once in a while. Just in case you're wondering what I was doing there. Let's watch this. A little bit too weak. 2 off the button. On the button, it's fine. Even in the cutoff, let's check it for the cutoff for shits and giggles. I'm never sure about the song, if it should get the X or... like, it has decent parts, just this part gets on my nerves. Yeah, I think it's gonna get the X. Particularly when it comes to my electronic music, and I don't like that sample at all. Never have, never will. In my mind, it's just connected to 90s dance floor popular music. Dance floor music. Which by now has its own appeal. You know, listening to Dr. Alban, It's My Life or something. Now, looking back, is kind of cool. Back then, horrible. Oh. Still, doesn't change my feelings about that sample. And what was I gonna check out? Right, the Ace Jack 3 deuce, single suited to the Ace. Now I wonder... King Queen 9-9. I'm not so sure. This should be called, to be honest. I think the next time I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna fold. Because there's no good. It's no good me saying, you know, I'm not so sure, this and that, and then going for the more aggressive line. So let's check this one. The Ace Jack suited is still what I'm checking out. Ace Jack suited. See, even in the cutoff, it should be a fold. Interesting. So how about the button then? Maybe even on the button, although that I kind of doubt. Yeah, then it's fine. Then it's actually a raise call too. So think this might be a spot to go for it. Not, you know, there's not gonna be many wraps here, because me having all the 9s. I think there's a more than average chance of me taking down, even though I was playing against almost the entire table. And yeah, I think that was reasonable. Not something I want to do too often, like bluff into, like basically bluff into 5 or 4 players in that case. Not much pre-flop bluffing, at least with this hand. The ace king jack 10 double suited looks so very nice, doesn't it? Okay, let's do it. Fair enoughy. Yeah, but it was definitely surprising to see 2 800 big blind splashes yesterday. I haven't seen many of those, basically hardly any, since we moved up to PLO 20. I think the 4 kills it, even with the big blind discount here. I'm not gonna fold against the 3-bet here with ace king 7-7 double suited, loose aggro dude. Hopefully this board gives some pass. We do have the backdoor, not flush draw, we have the top pair. Turn the flush, and maybe I want to go for like a blocker bet here. Which I also could turn into a pure bluff on many rivers. Basically most that are not clubs and do not pair the board. Over here I have aces. I should have potted it, seeing that he's really short. Nice, that worked out nicely. Right, so I have aces, I have flop, questionable. Then again, it should be his board all that often. I suspect more often that this is gonna be a draw. Suspect slash hope. Don't want to sound all-knowing. There could be something with a 10-7 in there as well. No doubt about it. Could be a set of 9s. You have to let it go. No two ways about it. Flop top 2 here. In an unraised blind versus blind pot. Okay, let's take one off. The trouble here is runouts. Like, there's not many turns I'm gonna like. This one being one of them. Just give me a gutter. And I do block the nuts as well. You know what? I didn't notice that this is the short stack up here. Now is played. Gonna bet. That'll work just fine. That'll work just fine. This one against the cutoff, I think it's a fold. Are you kidding me? From Siberia? Really? Oh, so is that? Is it a Fayan or a Felon? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the good luck. I don't think we had a person from Siberia watching yet. So I'm not gonna do the obvious thing and ask about the weather. I just assume it's gonna be cold still, right? That's awesome. What I am curious about, how's the internet in Siberia? Is it decent? Huh. Fancy that. Right, so against the big blind, he could certainly have any range of hands here, any number of hands. This is a pretty good one, giving us a pair and a complete wrap on the rainbow board. This is a very strong hand, I would say. So if he wants to come over the top, then by all means be my guest, sir. Took it down here with the c-bet, by the way, with on the 7-7-5 board. Okay. Let's play for a big one. So he doesn't have, I wonder what he can have, like a set of fives? A similar hand like ours, or a set of fives? You block jacks. Doesn't make it impossible for him to have jacks, but nice. You don't have to play the ballerina just because cards fall through strings. I know the ballerina. I'm from East Germany, by the way, so I was like 10, 11 when the wall came down, so naturally we had a closer connection to Russia and that all. Although I'm not sure if Siberians are still... Actually, I don't know. I think it is still part of Russia, but right? But I'm just saying, so I know what a balalaika is. Was my point, basically. With two pair here, I grudgingly call. I do turn an open-ender, which is nice. Old Russian joke. Yeah, I think I will. That was a quick... Come on, punish him, punish him! No punishment incurred. And man, the Russian fairy tales, like the movies. I don't know the names in English, I only know them in German. But those were something else. I loved those as a kid. I can let it go. Oh, there's a huge pot happening here. Five and... So he raised with the straight there, did I see that correctly? Let's do the old splash pot limp in here. Not really a strategy that features heavily on this channel. Here we get a nice card to bluff on, I would think. Even though we don't have any spades. And in a moment I'll... So very often he doesn't have a straight. I do block the hearts. I have showdown value. I think I will just... Here he goes crazy. I'm gonna keep an eye on that hand. Here I'll just... Let's check here first, see what happens. He actually does have the... Okay, perfect. And he took it down. So what happened there in that hand that we looked at briefly there? No, he raised all in and he had a straight on a flush board. Yeah, not even the nut straight. Things are happening over here. Really hope he checks or bets small. Perfect. Even more perfect. Gonna keep the pot small on a paired board. Never know, he might show up with jacks. I'm also not gonna bet. He had pretty much babkas. And over here where I... Oh, he's sitting out, so I'm gonna leave the table in a moment, unfortunately. Here, of course, I turn pure. king with the 10 in my hand. I think check calling is the way. Only one straight that came off and we blocked that one by holding a 10. Over here we have aces, so I'll keep you updated. He comes over the top right away. Gonna let it go. And table 2 is also repopulating, so I'm not gonna leave it. We're not taking it down on table 4 down there. I'm inclined not to believe you, sir. This heart is gonna make it, especially being the 4, gonna make it a little bit tougher to call here. Looks like a value bet sizing. Screw it. Nah, this time, yeah. Oh, he had it all. He had the 10 and the... Excuse me, sir. Didn't know you were allowed to have a hand. Probably more on the optimistic side of things, that call, but he has proven to be fairly bonkers. So I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it. Over it? Beat myself too much up. Over it. Still working on it in English. Let's see, has anything changed in regards to our results? A little bit. Up like another 25 big blinds, something like that. And we're inching up, we're now up more than 4.5 buy-ins for a day, and another buy-in on microgaming, so 5.5. I don't like it. We have to overpair, we have a backdoor flush, block the top set. Nah, my friend, this is just too strange. This is developing nicely, by the way. I'd be a little bit baffled if he decides to come over top now. Okay, I think checking is fine. Maybe give him a chance to bluff. He comes over the top and... I think just calling is probably the way. He checks and I think we're good. Nice. Really hope he checks. So we blocked the overpairs, but the way that he played it, it might have... Why would he raise until the turn with the set, unless it's jacks, which I block? Also block wraps pretty heavily, although not the 10, the 9, stuff like that. I think I might be talking myself into a call here. He's not having overpairs. I have kings, I have aces. Blocked. Yes! Yes! Shazam! Whew, sitting on some stacks. Nice. Good stuff. I don't know, it just didn't smell right. Unless he had jacks, that would have made sense. Not impossible. And with that, the damage from yesterday is wiped out. We were down like 10 buy-ins at some point yesterday, and I, for a change, couldn't take the blame for almost any of them. Like usually I'm like, you know, there's a few buy-ins that I lost that were my fault. There was one or two, but the rest was just dealer hating on me. But I'm not gonna badmouth the dealer anymore, since apparently he took a liking to me once more. So, Efalnan, I hope you like the channel. And if you do, you know, feel free to come back whenever you want. I am online pretty much every day and I stream for usually 8 hours or more. Pair of deuces is good enough, huh? I doubt a pair of deuces will be the key to victory on this in this hand. Yep. So the session is going alright. I like it. In a splash pot, I pick up a massive hand, the ace, queen, queen, 10. Double suited, and we're gonna be playing a big pot here, I would assume. Yeah. Sherlock, welcome back! Hey, Sherlock! It's a pleasure to see you, my friend. How's your stream going? Sherlock is an awesome streamer in his own right. Streams PLO as well. And does it in just an awesome manner. I dig his channel a lot, so you should definitely check out Sherlock117's channel. Great guy. And thanks for the compliment. Sherlock. Out of position. We're definitely gonna get the money in here if need be. The second nut flush draw, we have a wonderful wrap. Now we have all the flush draws. I think the money is going in. I don't see any point in... I was a little bit nervous. I don't mind telling you. Felt like a straight draw to you too, huh? Yeah, to me too. To me as well. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, so I hosted Sherlock once, and due to a recommendation from someone in my channel, and I liked this channel immediately. So by all means, check him out. Usually, I think you stream on American times, right? So usually a little bit later in the day. Not sure about this call, to be honest. I basically have the pure open-ender. I think I would have preferred the fold on my end here. Oh, don't worry, Fallon. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Do tell me if I am. Nobody has ever spammed my channel. I put a lot in the chat as well. Let me read what you wrote above that. Oh, thank you for the very kind words. That certainly makes you smile. Thanks a bunch, man. The approach of thinking that does warm my heart. Thanks. I'm playing on MPN as well, and my nick there is the luggage. But I usually change my nick every once in a while. A felon. It doesn't immediately ring a bell. A felon. I don't know if we crossed paths on Run It Once, on MPN. If so, then I was a player most people hated because I used to be a short stacker. I played with 30 big blinds. Now, so that was the old Limpenden race, which definitely sets off alarm bells, and generally speaking this is more often than not a fold here, even though it looks like a beautiful hand, and it is. But we're doing really bad against, again, it's one of these spots where we're doing horribly against a 4-betting range in this case, against aces or kings. Yeah, I don't mind the fold at all. That's a hand I would have leaned towards as well to put him on Sherlock, the 10-9-8-6 there, something in that neighborhood. But you're right, the hand he did show up with made sense as well. Although personally I wouldn't have bluffed in that spot, I just would have called. Possibly bluffed some rivers. And you're one of the few people that are watching the replays. Nice. In case you're interested, I also put them on YouTube just for just to have them archived, I guess. So you know, if you miss one and it's not on what's the word? Not on Twitch anymore, then you can head over to the YouTube channel if you want. Okay, let's see if I can get this name out. Paidin Hodomasa. Paidin Hodomasa. Thank you a lot for the follow. It is very much appreciated. And again, sorry if I'm butchering that name. Now he was the dude who did the limp race earlier. He now bets pot. That is certainly something to keep in mind. Doing well. I like to hear that. Haven't been able to play stream past week. US afternoon, evening, right? Thanks for the plug. My pleasure. You deserve it. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Yeah, same here. I couldn't stream for 7 days when I was in the Netherlands to like a computer, like a gathering of friends, basically is the correct word. Everybody brought the computers, had fun. And then I needed like another couple of days afterwards to get the party, the excitement out of my system. That is not a happy card, not having a 10 or a 9 in my hand. Yeah, he lets me know right away what he thinks of this card. If it's a bluff, then you know I'm gonna get bluffed here, that is fair. Here, however, Let's hope he doesn't show up with jacks. Kinda doubt it. What up happening here? I took it down, he mucked. Okay. And we might actually be playing on MPN in a moment, because tables are breaking. Rubbish at heads up or three-handed play. So I think I'm gonna leave this one as well in a moment. Yeah, and substitute them with a few MPN tables. Okay, let's start by checking here. We do have that sweet nut flush draw. 8 as a blocker. I'm not sure the 8 is gonna be all that helpful against a very loose aggressive dude. Better keep the pot small. Not folding. My overcards might be good as well. That certainly is gonna be good. He's aggressive. I really hope he's gonna check. You know, the other thing. The not checking thing. Perfect. Technically, we could be behind. Against a straight flush. Would be quite the thing. What you gonna do, Bruce? Neato. Yeah, now it's heads up. I'm not playing heads up. Right. Okay, I'll get some MPN tables up and running in a moment. No limit is running. Good to hear. The no limit numbers have been kind of wanting the last couple of days, haven't they? Haven't they? Yeah, go for it, Luber. Hopefully my takes turn into an... I'm not sure what you mean. My takes turn into an improved software? Yeah, not sure what you mean. We get a nice hand up here on table 2. And we have ace, ace, king 3, single suited in diamonds to the ace. And on the first microgaming table, we have a rather nice hand as well. We flop the toughest of sets. And I think here we're just gonna squeeze all in. This is the perfect hand to do it with. And if both of these peeps have like high hands, like aces, kings, something like that, would be in awesome shape. Just a call. Come on, you come over the top. That'll work too. That shall work. Over here I have very decent bluffing potential and get it through, and just like that I doubled up on microgaming. Neato. So I do turn 2 pair. Doesn't look like that's going to be incredibly helpful. Up here it looks like a rather big pot is going to be played. Let me see if I can find better microgaming tables. The ones I'm sitting at least this one, is rather dull. The one spot that was good left. Tight rack, tight rack. Yeah, let's find something better. Completing the action, I called here with the Jack-Jack 8-7. Not the board I was looking for. To make you rake, that makes sense, but I couldn't, you know, I'm usually good at creative reading. This time on the phone, I see. So I guess then for you it's especially good that I now always zoom into one table, right? If you're on a mobile device. And speaking of phones and mobile devices, I think I heard somewhere that a mobile client is rather high on their list of things that they want to have. So what's going on here? Ace King 3-6. Closing the action against 2 people, I do believe I am getting a prize, not getting a flop. So of course this is a different spot than would it be heads up, where I would maybe even fold this sometimes, because now we have one person here with a cap range who doesn't ever have aces, rarely has kings, seeing that I have one, and that's what makes the difference here, I think. Doesn't know the work. In the next weeks is what I heard regarding the next big update, which is gonna be a big one. The last update was like a small bug fixing update, I think. Oh, that's too bad. This table broke. No, not leave all tables. Just leave this one. Not gonna fold against Mason. Not an easy flop. So there's a couple of things going on here. We don't have any diamonds naturally, and some of our 2 pair outs might be dirty, might not make us all that happy. The 5 would put it straight on there, the queen would put it straight on there. He also bets rather large. Yeah, the problem here is runouts, and I think I'll let it go. It's completely possible that I had the best hand at this point, but just so many turns that are going to be really tough to play, even in position there. King Queen 8-8. Under the gun, a little bit thin. Ooh. Now that is a source of joy. One of my good friends, cough cough, is on a table, and a felon, if you're playing microgaming PLO, then you might know him. This gentleman right here made me a very pretty penny in the past. And I have no doubt I know how he got to have a big stack here. In the word luck, usually. As he is playing ultra aggressive and he doesn't need, cards to do it with. Give him 2 napkins and the cards with the rules on it, and that'll be enough for him. So eager to play some hands in position to boot against him. Nice. That is pretty nice. So how's the day going? Let's check up. On microgaming we're up almost 2 binds, 35 euros. And on... what's the other thing? Run it once, right. Duh. Ooh, interesting. 6 binds and a half, something like that. So it makes 8.5, something like that. 8.5 binds. Something along these lines. Nice. So in a hand with HCM here, I can only fold. Oh, we have 3 ways. I hadn't noticed that for a moment. Well, with checking, we might actually still be good. Yeah, turns out we are. What to do is everybody's sitting out? Well, it don't matter. I have King, Queen 9. Ooh, and another PLO 20 table on round 1 has opened. That is very nice. I do want to play as many hands as I can against him, and maybe I should have raised here. I think that would have been the way to go. Get it heads up. Yeah, would have liked it more. Calling doesn't really do much. It's not an awesome multi-way hand. Queen 5-5 here. Not really a good flop. Certainly some bluffing potential, but meh. That's really large. I think I'll just let it go. Yeah, so sorry about the HUD. It's not a nice looking one. But I can't find a way with the way that I capture the video here, the way I capture my desktop, to actually make it disappear. Lest I turn it off, that would of course work, but... Right, so down here... Oh, never mind, we're not heads up. Giving us 2 pair and an open-ender. Actually, the whole table is in here. I hadn't noticed that for a moment. Check 10 at 6. With the gap, the way the suits are, I don't think there's too much value in raising here. I thought about it briefly. He finds the bet button now, which I find a little bit strange. Actually, I'm gonna try to take it away. It's the jack of, what is it, spades in my hand. I might be able to sniff this one out. I know this guy is a wreck. Not sure if he's good. I actually forgot. I did end up taking it down though. I have a nice hand over here. Queen, queen, jack, jack, double suited. Let's check through here. This one I'll need to let go. He leads, which is a thing, but I have all the backdoors. Oh, I have a gutter, I guess. Oh no, my friend left. This HCM dude is gone. That is very unfortunate. Yeah, against this bet I need to let this one go. Also very unfortunate. Let me see if he maybe switched tables. There's a search function on MPN. Really? Not a happy HCMVN, right? Yeah, spelled his name correctly, but he's not in the player pool right now. But this table now blows. So I'm gonna look for greener pastures in a moment. Turn to nut flush. Draw. And do take it down. Against jacks and sevens, fair enough. Not a bad hand. Yeah, unfortunately the player pool on run and ones is has kinda dried up for the moment. Seven, 6, 5, 3, huh? This can be raised. Let's check this one out in a moment. I might as well learn something. Okay, pre-flop is over. Let's check it out. Well, we are heads up. Hang on. We're gonna go for it. If I do, I need to bet a little bit larger. And now I'm gonna give up. Maybe I get lucky, get a 4. Kinda doubt I will see a river though. Fair enough, fair enough. So I don't think I will fold against this dude, just because he seems very happy with the bet button. No, neither of the flush draws got here, and I hope he's not going to make it too hard on me by betting pot again. The feeling I want to call. Also not a happy sizing, looks very much like value. Still, a whole bunch of draws have missed. Nice. And I have the bug where I can't enter new waiting lists, new tables on run at once. Happens every once in a while, it's a beta, so when the blinds come around I'll leave the table, restart the client. It's not a huge deal. I do have a nice stack, but nobody else is deep, so it's not a huge deal. The ace-10, 8-7 here on the button. That looks good to me. Suited to the ace and spades. And I do take it down. 9-9, 8-7. The under the gun open limp. No, not funny. I do get raised. Let's flop that 9. This dude doesn't 4-bet. Oh, that'll work. Oh, hopefully. Yeah. No real point in betting much smaller. Neato. Oh, did I might have had the wrong table there. I'm sorry. I can put it in a replay. Put the window up here. So, like there was a what was it? This dude limped. I raised. He called. I think he came over the top. I called. He called, and then he checked on the flop. I hit my set here. And then I bet like 3/4 of the pot, and both of them went out. Sorry about that. Okay, let me restart the run once client. Even closing the action, grudgingly. All in all, I think the fold is a little bit better. Just the side cards. The 9 is nice, of course, in conjunction with the jacks. The 4, not so much. Actually, against this bet sizing with the gutter, didn't quite put the bet size in relation to the pot size there. Might have been worth one to take one off. Also, with all the jacks in my hand, there might have been some of these very decent bluffing opportunities coming up. See if tape 2 is in focus. Looks pretty good. This dude raises a lot. I will be in position for the rest of the hand, so yeah, I think it's okay. I do flop the open ender, right? Right. Checks, and I appreciate that immensely. That is an awesome card. Not only give me the nut straight, also gives me the nut flush draw. Sorry, this one I'm a little bit behind with my table switching right now. Because of opening the tables, arranging the tables on the desktop, I'll promise I'll do better. Oh, just opening more tables. And just as a tip, if you're playing on Run-It-Once and you're playing at a time of day where the player pools are pretty low, like even if you only plan on playing like 1 or 2 tables, do put all the entries in the stake that you want to see populated, and the more entries there are, the more other people are enticed to actually join the table and play a hand. That's what I always do. So with my 6 entries now, the player pool jumped from, what was it, 9 to now 15. And it just looks much more appealing to anybody checking out the games and deciding whether they should sit down for a while. Might be, you know, it's obvious tip, but still, thought I'd mention it. Bankbush! Oh, Bankbush. Not sure what the pronunciation is there. Welcome to the channel, mate. Or lady, as the case may be, never know. What HUD do you use the most? Yeah, sure. Hang on. I think I'll check behind here. Yes, sucky river. I use Hold'em Manager. No, the other one. I think Hold'em Manager is very fine for analysis, but I find it too slow and every day. At least when I tried it 2 or 3 years ago. That's been ages since I tried Hold'em Manager to use it at the tables actually. And I use Poker Tracker 4. Yeah. And the HUD that I am using is the HUD I downloaded from Jan Anders. I think it was actually free when I downloaded it. Might have been part of the mastermind, I'm not entirely sure. And I just modified the colors a little bit because I have a different color scheme. And it looks like we're playing heads up here once more. Just not my jam. Yeah, so Hold'em Manager has a very nice HUD. But as I said last time I tried it, at least when I was massively multi-tabling, it was pretty slow. So I went back to Poker Tracker. But for analysis, for figuring out spots and reviewing hands, I think Hold'em Manager is better because it's more intuitive. You can the filters are more easily accessible there. It comes with more predefined filters. So the flush draw, the top 2 and the 9 blocker is gonna have me put some money in here, I think. I'm not just gonna call. If he wants to, the money's gonna get in. Perfect. Against the small blind, huh? I think I'll just check. It's a pretty nice card, giving me not just the gutter I had before, but a decent wrap. I wonder if there's any point in betting. I think there might be. The speed he checked with there on the turn. Yeah, do take it down. This table I'm gonna let go, because, again, I am no good at heads up, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, I misread your question, Bankbush. Give me a second. What info I use the most? Yeah, just want to put that in the chat real quick. So let me just put my head once more into the ring, into the PLO 20 pool. Ooh! Just like that, we get seated at one table. Right, so what info I use the most. Right. So of course the most important stuff is like these boxes with the name are the preflop boxes. So here you have a VPIP, preflop raise 3-bet, fold to 3-bet, all preflop, and a 4-bet. And underneath you have this is what I liked about the Janandis hut, which I ended up using it. He has the raise first in divided into. Oh, we would have made quads. Would have, could have, should have. Never plays a role in this channel. The preflop fold was certainly fine. So here you have raise first in early position, all the positions. You know, MP, cutoff, button, and then the small blind. And attempted to steal the blinds, fold when the button opens. I use these a little bit, but so the top row is the most important. The second row is very nice to gauge, like if you have a maniac who raises a lot, it doesn't always need to necessarily mean that he's gonna raise like crazy under the gun. Like even a lot of maniacs are a little bit positionally aware. And so that helps in that regard to figure out like how crazy is that person, or just how tight, how well is he playing, basically. What end of the scale is he on? And then there's some post-flop stuff, which I always have to look up myself what each row is. Like how often they c-bet in position and out of position, and how often, like how often they take an aggressive route, like c-betting or raising. In this case, folding to a raise. Hang on. I think we'll come over the top here. Yeah, my pleasure, Bankbush. I'm afraid I need to check, and I really hope he doesn't bet. Certainly could go for the pot size bet here. Now it gets ugly. Hang on. So a 9 or a queen would give us a straight. We have a pair, we have a blocker to the straight. And of course we have a flush draw. Almost none of these hands would be to the nuts except the queen rolling off. Is there any value in calling here? Is there enough value in calling? There is some, of course. I think I'll let it go. If you have an opinion about the spot, I would be very interested to hear it, by the way. What would you have done on the turn here? I don't think I mind the pre-flop raise. But as played, what would you have done on the turn? I'd be curious. Alright, so another PLO 20 table is opening. That's awesome. Okay, so back to the hut. Right, so this box with the name is the pre-flop stuff. As I said, this was the... Like this was how often they raise, this is how often they fold by position to a preflop raise. And the last one, I actually have to look this one up. Oh, how often they 3-bet by position. Like when, how often they 3-bet when the button makes a 2-bet in the big blind, how often they raise, your late position opens basically in the blinds. Yeah, that's that. And down here you, as I said, you have their aggressive options by position, so these two rows are the same thing as in position, out of position. Like how often they c-bet a turn, how often they c-bet a river, and then the last three are how often they fold to a... After they get their c-bet raised on the turn, how often they fold to a turn probe bet after it gets checked through on the flop, basically, and you put a bet out there. And the same is true for the last number is for river. And finally, the last two rows are how often they raise, how often they fold to the flop c-bet, how often they raise it, and the same for turn c-bet, how often they fold to turn and river c-bets. And again, that's going to be for in position and out of position. And that is basically all. We definitely have to check this. PLO addicted. Hey, welcome to the channel. Hello from a mastermind member. Hey, fellow mastermind member. A lot of bots on MPN in my position. I played a lot there, but nowadays I'm unsure of the handed party block more than. Appreciate for your kindness. Always my pleasure. As you noticed by now, I do talk a lot. I'm always happy if I have something to talk about. And we do make a straight here. I'd rather not bet it. PLO addicted. I by no means an expert. Oh, I'm gonna go for the bluff, I think. Actually, no, you know what? I would have liked to check and hope that somebody bets and then come over the top. Yeah. Check and lose it often if it goes check check, otherwise come over the top with the nut flush blocker. What? What happened? He called and I'm good? Oh, he had a set of sevens? How? How do you find a call there, sir? That is, you're a braver man than I am. Right, so about the botting thing, I read that about Party Poker, and good on them for doing that. So I wouldn't know where to start when, you know, you'd ask me like how I'm gonna spot a bot, except for maybe different, like multiple players having the same stats or timing tells. But I don't think many bots have timing tells anymore. So I have no opinion about it on MPN. I haven't read too much about it, I think. I know I'm staying away from iPoker for that reason, because I read bad things about that and about iPoker in that regard. Hang on, what are we gonna do here? Three ways, huh? That's a problem. Let's hope it is a draw, and it is. Come on. Right away, huh? At least do it on the river, man. Give me some hope. Fair enough. Right, so I never had the feeling that I was playing against bots. I got two dudes banned for collusion, where it was really obvious, like a year ago. But they were just being stupid. But that can happen on any poker site. Not so much on Run It Once, where, especially once it grows, when you can't really table select and all that. Once the player pools get bigger, and it's more unlikely that you're sitting at the same table, but still theoretically possible. But yeah, I never really explicitly had the feeling that I was playing against bots. It didn't cross my mind too often, and I also didn't read anything about it on the net. Not specifically to MPN, I think. Yeah. Luckily, this is not going to be a problem on Run It Once. What should I do here? He 3-bets a lot, so let's call him. Two flop an open ender. Really hope he bets small. So with just the open ender, I think I need to let it go. It's a little bit too frisky. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess my answer to your question is that I'm not really qualified to answer it. I never had the feeling that I was up against bots too often. Or at all, basically. I never had that feeling. Have you ever tried posting on, like, if you have your suspicions about about accounts being bots, have you ever tried posting on 2+2 to get other people's opinion? It might be a worthwhile thing to do. Like, name some accounts there and see what other people say. Up the bottom set. I like that. Got raised here. I think this is fine. Closing. He came over the top. He cold called, and I think closing the action calling here is certainly standard. And what do you know? More of the same. Giving us quads. He now finds the bet button. Interesting. Minute with the quads. Take it down. 8 rolls off. Would have made us a straight. Would have, should have, would have. Also a paired board. Definitely not unlikely that he shows up with like a 7-9, 7-6 even. Or 9 sixes, like any full house basically. I think I would do well if I go on like a 5-minute break in a few minutes. Stream has been going on for 2 hours, 15 minutes. And I think it's always a smart idea to step away from the table for a few moments. And just clear your head a little. Yeah, you also need to go across the street to the store, buy some tobacco. Let's just do the splash pot special here with the limp. Your first 1000 big blind, Jesus. You mean a splash? Damn, but that's always exciting though. Here I need to let go. Really? Let's do this kind of crazy. No, I really, hang on, I need to check the history here for that hand. Who came over the top? He did. Then he checked, huh? I think I called as beating all the other jacks. Of course I'm not beating queens, kings, aces. I really hope he doesn't bet again, because then I need to fold. Oops, another PLO 20 table opening. Yeah, looking back, I'm not sure if I like my call. Not because I, didn't get a miracle card on the river. Yeah. But we do have a run once table to replace this one with. And down here we end up making the nut flush. Even if he only has a 7, he most likely has a better kicker. Oh, really? The other dude left right away? That's a pity. Yeah, I don't think that turn call was a good one. It's the Jack 5 there. And 2 3s. Could have very well had kings, and I think actually that's what he had. Kings, possibly queens, like good queens, like an ace, queen, queen, whatever, double suited. Yeah. But yeah, congrats Luber, on having your first 1000 big blind splash. That is quite a thing. This is also quite a thing, giving us the nuts. Playing another hand, almost folded. Ah! No! Good thing you didn't. That's a recipe to be tilted for sure. All in queen deuce off for the win. For sure! You get a 1000 big blind pot, what can you do? You know, unless you're insanely deep and another dude is insanely deep on the table, you push with napkins. Yeah, I saw two 800 big blind pots, 160 euros extra on both of them yesterday. 2 in one day, that was also very exciting. But same story as with yours, didn't take either of them down. Had decent hands for both of them, actually. Like double suited stuff, the other times I had a decent, not aces, but a decent ace high hand. Oh well. I shall not complain this channel. We have been running very well in the splashes so far. Right, I mean I'll probably leave a table up while I'm on break. And I'll like, put a little timer in there or something. Yeah, it's gonna, seeing that I need to go across the street, get tobacco, it's gonna be like a 7-minute break at the most. Let's check the session now. On microgaming I lost a little bit, so on microgaming I'm only up half a buy-in, 8.71 € to be exact. No, actually 9.74, so yeah, half a buy-in. And on run at once we're still up 6 buy-ins and a little bit. So around 7 buy-ins in total. Good start. Good start. just putting in a reply to the PLO Matrix guys who have kindly agreed to give me their product for free in exchange for putting a banner on my channel, which I will gladly do because I've been using the product for a year now, and it has helped me immensely. Narrow win! Playing on 2 tables with you again. That is awesome to hear. I need to go on a break though in a moment. And good luck, sir. Good luck. What was the tally between us yesterday? Who was up? I honestly don't know. It's not like a leading question where I want to hear that I was up or something. I don't know. Definitely was a good game we had. And you keep populating those PLO 20 tables until I'm back. I'll be gone for like 7 minutes in a moment. Ooh, we have an insane one, really? Okay, he's gonna get a pink shirt then. I hadn't paid much attention right now. Also, hi at Narrowin, if I didn't say that. And you were 170 BB deep with other guys? Yeah, that's fine. Unless you're like 300-400 BB deep against someone else, then it might become interesting. Might have to fold some things. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna put this one over here. Have it nicely aligned. Hopefully. Sorry about the moving. Right. Okay. So with that being said, you enjoy the Scott K dude. Never win, and I will be back in around 7 minutes. So, should you wish to stick around, by all means, that would be awesome. If not, I understand, plenty of other things to do. I'll try to hurry, I'll be back in, as I said, around 7 minutes. Thanks for watching so far, everybody. Oh no, and you're gonna have position on me? Oh, that's awesome. Good stuff. Okay, see you in a moment.
Je call, I fall. There's a legacy between us. We grow, we go, but in the middle, je call, I fall. There's a legacy between us. We grow, we go, but in the middle,
Okay, almost back. Back in 1 minute. Right, well, the cat is here. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. That's quite nice of you guys. And Orlays. Not cracking ways with Jack Deuce this time. Well, we'll see. Swedish Orca! Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Doing great, lady. Lately, I'm very happy to hear that. Decided to invest in a GTO solver. Move up to an L10 and higher this year. Right on, and no small feat. From what I hear, no limit 10 can be tough. There can be some tough dudes sitting there. So I'm very happy to hear it. And the cat, yeah, that's my parents' cat. My cat is completely white with long hair. Not a Persian cat, like an Irish, Highland, whatever. I got it because it was cute. And it reminded me of my previous cat. Right. So, before I open up the other tables, let me just quickly, I hate to do stuff on the side, but I'll just want to shoot out this one email to the PLO Matrix guys, who, as I said, have been so kind and are gonna provide me free access to their product. Ooh, another table opens up automatically. I'm not sure what's up with that. Fair enough. Thing is, I always need to do some voodoo to send my email right now. There's a problem and I need to do it. Doesn't matter. Need to do voodoo, so it's gonna take like a minute. And then, only poker is gonna be on my mind and on the channel. Interesting spot. So he raised, I called. Really hope he doesn't bet. That is fine by me. So this dude is building up a stack here in Erwin, huh? I'm gonna check out some showdowns by him in a moment. First I wanna do the email. Interesting. Have the nut flush draw. It's sort of a helpful card all in all, I would say. Significantly cuts down on the full houses that are possible right now. It might be one to... Yeah. Might be a good one to bet. Nice. So here more hell is breaking loose, apparently. Good thing I didn't do anything stupid pre-flop, because I could have never gotten away from it on this board. Alright, so that email is sent. And let's open up some more tables and let's dive into some hands here from Scott. See what we can find out. So Scott is in good spirits, he can lull it up. That is very good to know. And we're now sitting comfortably at 4 PLO 20 tables. Good times. Alright, so let's dive into some hands here. Figure out some showdowns. I'll tell you if I see anything interesting. Well, you've seen it, in case you've been watching while I was on break. What's his name? Scott, huh? Zeph76, welcome back, man. Nice cat, thank you, and thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that a lot, man. I appreciate it immensely. Thank you very much, sir. So here I decided to cold call, possibly unwisely. And with the 6 in my hand, the money's going in here. Yeah, I can't really hope for a check raise on this board, so I'm pawning it myself. It's unfortunate that I'm blocking my own out. But it is what it is. Flush draw? Not even that, wow. Yes, one call happy camper. Jesus Christ. Yeah, welcome back, Zeph, and thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You have a hand against Scott. Top and bottom is gonna be good for me. Good enough for me. Yeah. It's a crazy dude, money's going in. 8 folds, cool. Oh, we lost Narrowin. But I ain't leaving this table even if it gets down to heads up against this dude. Check out LC. That is very unfortunate. However, this is not. It's just insane, but also lucky. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. No win. I understand. I also leave the table always when the conditions don't favor me. And just don't plain like them. And that's the point of poker. Play in games and spots that you be comfortable playing in. And where you think you have an edge. Keeps crashing? Ugh. Sorry to hear that, man. Bolts air. Peter, willst du raus? Nicht? Na gut. Okay, looks like... Wait, never mind. I was gonna say, looks like the cat is here to stay. Come on, move it, move it, move it! There's actions to be done, to be taken. Timed out here. Default here. Ooh, can sit back. Good. So I have a bunch of decent hands all over the place. I have kings twice. I'll switch over as soon as something develops there. Never folding against Crazy Scott. A pair of nines, huh? Pot size. So one king side took it down with. I think this one I'm letting go. Yeah, I'm gonna call once. See what happens. You know, checks, that is cool. Here we get to play a hand heads up. Also cool. Really? Yeah, I'm not too hot on this spot. I think I get shown the nuts here too often. Oh, never mind, he just had completely random hand, so he was clicking buttons. Yeah, even potting I think would have been fine here. Hey, Nelruin, you made it back to the table. That's good to see. Queen 10 9 5. Can I get him to fold? That's the question here. I think with the 5 I'm just calling. Here I'm never folding, you know, any reasonable hand. I flop at a very decent wrap. I wonder if I'm gonna go for it with the wrap. Yeah, I'm gonna call once with the gutter, and now I have a... Okay, I got called here. Okay, give me something good. Give me a river. Nice. He had a hand, actually. He had a set, right? Set of 9s. Yep, flopped a set of 9s. Again, a very marginal hand. Usually not one I'm calling the small blind, but I would like to play as many hands as I can against this dude, sir. This is a very decent flop, all in all. So here I'm gonna fold, I think. Yeah, especially if he comes along. Again a good flop, I would say. Let's watch what ends up happening here. And so he had crap. So a bunch of interesting spots. Here I get raised and the money is going in from my end. I block queens. I doubt he has kings. He does have kings, really. Good for you. Here I raised a flop lead. Flop bet, I guess, wasn't really a lead. Take it down. Yeah, I mean, here on this table, the hands with the kings just now, I was blocking queens. I don't mind how this went. Unfortunate, but part of the game. And here with the 10 in my hand, I don't mind betting the middle set. Let me just wash my hands. I feel a little bit grimy. Nothing going on in any other table. Potentially this one, I think it's fine on the button. Get raised, huh? Let's check this one out in a moment if it should be raised at all. I think it might be. Okay, right, let's check this one out. Button. Check 987 it was, I think. Suited to the 9. So not suited to the jack is the important thing, to look it up in the matrix. That's perfect. Raise call, just the way to go. So that was fine. Stuff's happening up here. He has aces this time. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, we're not blocking the straight that is now possible. Oh, he has ace queen. or just random stuff. He's gonna get a note that he's stabby on the turn when check 2 in the flop. And in case there's somebody new in the channel, if you want to be informed by email or by Twitch whenever I come online, you can follow the channel. If that's not your thing, that's cool as well. Then just, if you want, check the schedule or just drop back in. I stream every day, pretty much for 8 hours or longer usually. So I'll be around. Ooh. Yeah, an aces. Not great aces, but aces nevertheless. In the big blind, so let's hope some action comes our way. Ideally, a raise and a 3-bet. That's a good start. How about you, Stanley? Nope, okay. At 100 BB, I'm never just calling here. Well, that'll work. This is a strange spot because I blocked a nut flush draw as well, but I can't just check here. Stupid spot. Check there. Nah. But the bet sizing looks so suspicious. So here we have a huge splash, and I wonder, are we deep against anybody? No. I mean, it doesn't really play that well multi-way. I think I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, this is a decent flop, I would say. Giving us the full house. Gonna raise it right away. See if we get more folds here. If he comes over the top, you know I'm not folding. Take it down on table 2 right away with the raise. That's perfect, another fold. One call, so this might probably gonna mean that he's gonna call. No, he folds, that's awesome. Not a happy board, though. Good luck, he says, huh? Yeah, need to let it go, it's unfortunate. But I stand behind that raise, I think. A stupid spot. Usually this is a fold, I believe. Just against crazy Scott, I almost came over the top, and I don't think I would have hated that. Let's check if it should be a fold in the first place. Broadline versus cutoff. Certainly gonna call once. That is not a happy card. So yeah, it should be a fold. Might be surprising to some of you, but it should be a fold. The side card needs to be better. Make it a jack 8 where you can actually make some straights, or a straight with the jack and between the jack and the 8. Yeah, I need to let it go. Well, that's an interesting discussion in the chat, which I don't have anything to add to, because I haven't tried any of these products. But you seem to be doing well by yourself, and I'm reading it with interest. Just realized you had the wrong shirt there, Narrow win. That's a tough one to say. That's quite alright. I can guarantee you everybody in this table is, every time the cards are getting dealt, they're like, give me a hand, give me a hand, give me a hand. Any decent 3 cards. Would've, should've, could've. Also, but I would've never called this pre. Or just, you know, been in this hand under the gun, so it's all good. So for those people just tuning in, we have one very active player in the pink shirt here. Basically what they call a maniac, I believe. Decided to come over the top here. He re-raises it again, I'm gonna throw it away, I think. Might be one of the spots where I check. Then again, I'm not doing much checking once I 3-bet. And I'm very happy that the small bet sizing worked out here, not having a single club in my hand. And also I'm gonna do this with monsters sometimes, so that's, in that regard it's balanced. Can't really do it here. I know there's some calling, maybe this might be a calling hand in the small blind, but generally speaking, not calling the small blind, just looking for hands you can raise and fold all the rest is probably a good approach. In fact, there are so few calling hands that I haven't bothered to memorize them yet. There's just so much other stuff to memorize when it comes to pre-flop, which is where the pre-flop the matrix comes in handy. Ooh. Just with the king, huh? So this I'm not folding. I'm not folding any remotely playable hand here against Skada. I do wonder what the move is down here. I could see it being a squeeze, actually. I think I will too. Sorry, this one. Okay, we're not flopping it. Fair enough. Yeah. Check this one out in a moment. If it should be squeezed. Maybe it shouldn't be. But the initial razor goes out. That's just wonderful news. Yeah, actually, I don't. I think I like this bet sizing here. Because if he comes over the top, I'm always folding. And it'll get the job done quite often, I think. The problem is I have no backdoors. If I had a backdoor flush, like even one, I would maybe call here. He's saying YOLO. It's easy to say when it's not your money. This is a substantial pot, I mean... It's not like the price is horrible. Nah, let's hope he's on a draw. Draw confirmed! Stabby, stabby! He checks, that is unexpected. Here, that's what I'm gonna call once. And make, hopefully, the nuts. Check behind here. Nah, no improvement, unfortunately. And here I should have bet, that was my mistake. He now finds the bet button, fair enough. Heroin! Heroin! Sooner or later, Nerwin. That is true. Heroin. But it's also good for the game if they do take away a win from the table, because then they'll be back for sure. Now here, I honestly have no idea what the move is. This might easily be the worst option, behind folding and raising. Let's check it out in a moment. Chicken. No, I'll wait before I check it out. Okay, let's... Small blind versus under the gun, and we have jacks. Raise fold. See, okay. It is a raise fold after all. As played, actually, I'm gonna call this once. With the backdoor flush as well. And the gut shot. Again, I want to play as many hands as I can against this dude, and I think this is a good call. Not a bad call in any case. Especially against, you know, Mr. Maniac here. So we have a gutter, and that is pretty much it. Yep, need to let it go. But this session, this stream, which has been going on for 3 hours now, has been going very, very well. We are on... Run it once, we are up... almost 8 buy-ins, something like that, 7.5? Plus another half, yeah, 8 buy-ins, plus another half buy-in on microgaming earlier. Good day. Just a relief. Yesterday the dealer really mistreated us. Like the second stream of 3 streams, I didn't play my A game, I was a little bit tired. But the third stream I played as close to my A+ game as I can. And just got punished. So that's nice to see that, you know, knocking on wood, this trend doesn't seem to continue. And the ace-ace 10-6 double suited here might help in that regard immensely. We have Edward in the hand again, who deserves a blue shirt. And stabby as heck. I would say that qualifies as a good card. Ooh, huge pot happening up here. And we would have, should have, could have. Never matters. 7-9, come on, give it to him. I would have loved to see him win. Can't do it. And I'm just gonna check. Just because I don't think I'm gonna get many calls here. If I bet. Also didn't think the chance that he was gonna bluff again was very high, but still. He did have queens, so maybe... Queen, queen, jack 7 is what he had. See, did he have clubs? Nope. A club. Yes! Sorry, I didn't get the mute button in time. I'm sorry about that. Oh man, I would love to be in here. Can't quite justify it, I think. Screw it. If he comes over the top, of course I need to go out. Then it will have been a donation. And surprisingly, the screw it attitude doesn't get rewarded. I just think it's like, if he goes bust, he might leave the table. Which is the reason why I was inclined to play this hand. Every once in a blue moon, we might be good. Unless he now picked up something. Hmm. Fair enough, queen, queen, something. Is what he had there, I think. Queen, queen, 9-4. Triple suited. Sounds about right. Same reason, usually a fold. Not on this table. Really hope Narrowin doesn't wake up with a hand now. And that is a better flop than the last ones we've seen against this dude. Interesting spot over here. I'm gonna check, I think. 3 of ace. Ooh, and that is the dream. We have aces, not great aces, but you know, we got action. Up here the board pairs with another ace appearing. Might not be the worst card. Here I'm gonna bluff now with all the 10s in my hand. I'm gonna check, maybe I'm good actually. Because nobody has the ace king here. I have the queens, nobody has the straight. I take it down on table 2 and I take it down pre-flop on table 3. And on table 1. Took them all 3 down. Good stuff. Rooting for the maniac. And this, you weren't in the hand. Yeah, I would like him to be deep. Wouldn't mind that at all. Especially with me having position. So for shits and giggles, what did he raise with there? Indeed, he was the raiser, he was. He had part of a hand, I guess. Jack 10, 9, 4, single suited to the jack at least. We have a hand down here, ace, king, queen, deuce, single suited in spades to the ace. Not looking to get raised. Also not necessarily looking for this board. Start out by checking. Pot size? Really? Pot size? Oh. And see that? There's a thing. Fair enough. Go get him, narrow win. Go get him. Aces, aces. And you stay there. Very nice. Congratulations. Come on, give me something. Give me something. No. Just a call here. Don't go around raising these type of hands. The ace king 10-10. Thanks, Scorp. Yeah, that was a nice narrow win. Very nice double up. And also welcome back, Scorp. Nice to see you here again. Actually checking letting him stab is also viable because he is very stabby. I think I would have preferred that, yeah. So he might be stabby. I have not seen him raise a lot. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. I don't think we were drawing that. I mean, we would never be, unless against quads we could hit a king, but I'm saying I don't think he had like the jack 10 nuts there. But he might have had a 10. We now have a hand. 3, 9, 7, 6, huh? I think I don't mind raising that. Really hope he goes out, okay. Do have a gutter and that's it. You know what, the reason for not raising here should have been that once this dude is in hand, I don't think I've seen him fold. From what attention I paid to this table. Yeah, get raised, and I'm definitely gonna call blind versus button situation. Flop the top stuff pairs. No blockers, no flush blockers, no backdoors myself. I'm really hoping for like a jack of hearts to roll off. It's also decent-ish. Double gutter, I am gonna call this. Not a happy river. Check it behind. Yeah, he had a better kicker. What did he raise there? Borderline, that was borderline interesting, right? Ace king 6-5. Second suited in diamonds to the ace, really? So let me take a note on that. Ace king 6-5, ace king 6-5. Easy money. Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have any left. I think him I'm gonna raise now. If he goes out, if he stays in there, I'm just gonna call. For his small stack, I'd really prefer to play it heads up. Although it's not a horrible multi-way hand by any means. We can hit a set, we can hit a nut flush. He just calls. How can you ever just call? Kinda boggles the mind, leaving 92 cents behind. You go for it. Oh, really? Let's get that 8 then. I didn't know I was up against the almighty 6s, 3s and 6s there, the full house. LB! Welcome back to the channel, my friend. The favorite mod from the Run It Once Discord, of course, and a streamer in his own right recently. So do check out LB's No Limit stream if you feel like watching the 1-card magic. The 2-card magic, not one. Yeah, him, you know, flush draw, I'm not folding here. Okay, come on, do it, do it, do it! Ah. Okay, are we covering him? No, so let's add some money. Whew. Wish I had done this earlier. Right, so down here we are in an interesting spot with the nut flush. Draw, I mean. Okay, here the chips are gonna go in. Here, ugh, it's just ugly. These don't have a deuce, sir. Kings, well, mine are better. Fortunately, we just split it. 15, so I do have a gutter myself. The question is, how good is it? Although we did play it like a set, so it might be good enough. As played, I don't think I can fold this. I'm gonna hate myself for this one. Oh, we got there in the... okay. And he had the flush covered as well. Or the, you know, yeah. Yeah, didn't like that spot at all. And how I played it. Hmm. It is what it is. Even though I do want to play as many hands as I can against him, it seems a little bit thin. Yeah, that's fine. Get some food. Alrighty. Okay, let's take Scott's money. Get some good cards pre. Why don't we? Three. Grudgingly, I folded. I mean, against him it's certainly strong enough. The problem is that there's a bunch of people left to act behind me. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten a miracle flop either. And even if I had, happy with the fold. Well, this does qualify it as a decent hand. Can certainly call a 3-bet. Especially by him as well. Did I limp on the button? That'd be horrible. Maybe in a splash pot. I'm never folding a flush. Never ever. He has the better flush, he has the better flush. He has bubkas. And the exact opposite of bubkas is aces. Did I limp on the button? That would be horrible. Okay. See if we can get our buy-in back here. I got aces on the Scott table as well. Quads are good. Money's gone in. Yes, 525 left. Of course. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as in, you know, I'm never second guessing myself there against anyone, especially not against Scott. What a fish. You guys, yeah. A limp? Is that gonna turn into the old limp race? Let's find out. And this is pretty interesting. Not something I usually call with the 10 and the 5. It's never a happy thing. For a rundown. Okay, yeah, here I of course always call behind, even though if this dude wakes up. And here I'm gonna pot it. Okay, let's give us the 8. Nope. Okay. Jack 9. Ah, that's not great. Yes! Yes! Woo! You had the better hand, my friend. I got really lucky there. No wonder he keeps stuffing up through me. Yeah, can't argue with that. Who needs skill when you just draw out on the nuts there? I think I'm gonna look for a better table 3. There's no one exciting sitting down there. Everybody is tight aggro, tight passive, yeah. Doesn't sound too exciting. Closing the action, sure. Pilot Ray, welcome back. You know, if I ever go into merchandising hall, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Nah. Just a jack high flush draw, I'll let it go. What's happening here? Kings, 9s, okay, and ace 9. Okay, in this case he couldn't really do much. He's sitting out, oh no! Just watch me get a decent hand now. Okay, gonna lead this. No fair, Scott. Come back. Like, go get another beer or whatever it is you're having. But I mean, in this pot, he couldn't really have done much. I would have gone broke there as well, most likely with top 2. Not sure what the pre-flop action was, if this dude was the raiser this time. We have a decent hand over here. A7, 6-5, double suited. Looks very nice. It quickly loses its appeal on this kind of board, though. And fair enough. Actually, table 2 doesn't look that hard either. See if we can find more greener pastures, so to say. Yeah, right, I didn't manage to take a single bind of and hold on to it of Scott. Oh well, luckily I don't have any reason to be frustrated. Day is gone great. Wait, why did I leave that table down there? What the? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I leave all tables. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Gosh darn it. Okay. Switched out table 2 and opened up another new table 3. All is good. Narrow win. Call it a day. Fair enough. No, he didn't leave yet. He's still sitting. Thanks for the good luck, and I think you took some profit home, right? Well played, in any case. Well done, my friend. Ah, see, that's actually not a bad question, Borthwick Poker. Also, welcome back to the channel. I'm using a cheap vertical mouse because, you know, one that you grab like this. Because the trouble with playing a lot, like when you get wrist problems, the root of them is, I read up on it, is that you have your wrist like this, and you're supposed to, you know, if you do a lot of moving, it's much better for your bones, for the what's sinews, I think is the word. Bones and sinews. If you hold the mouse like you hold a hammer, you know, or other things. And so yeah, I'm using a cheap vertical mouse. I do have my eye on there's like one company that makes like really expensive ones, but from what I heard, the build quality is pretty shoddy with those as well. So I stick to cheap ones and buy a new one every once in a while. Hotkeys, yeah. Once they're available, yeah. It's not gonna be something I'm gonna be able to use, I think, hotkeys. At least, you know, I could use like the mouse buttons. But just to show it better once more. So a vertical mouse like this. And for gaming it's not great, but from my previous job, I actually got some really bad wrist problems in my right hand. And Nothing helped. I wore like a wrist brace, which helped a little bit. Then I switched over to the vertical mouse, and within like 7 days it was all gone, or 2 weeks it was all gone. And it had been plaguing me for like half a year leading up to that point. Okay, now he left. That is a pity. Yeah, the hotkeys and the tables. I mean, the thing is, you need to make sure that you have the right table activated when you send the hotkeys to the correct table. But other than that, I mean, that's how I played limit poker, where it was much easier. You only needed bet like 3-4 buttons there. And I did that on my on my Xbox. Well, I don't have an Xbox, but I do have the controller, and that was awesome. I just sat back, you know, perfect. It was perfect. But yeah, if you play a lot, getting something ergonomical is nice. And also, I noticed that with the playing, I was like this bump on my at this part of your hand. I don't know what the technical term for this part is. Like it got bigger and bigger, like this little bony thingy there. And so I bought like a gel pad that I put in front of this. So I elevated my mouse pad, put it on something that's a little bit higher, and then put the gel pad thingy in front of it. So, because that was because of my wrist was resting on the table, and then that started to hurt here. And now it's perfect. My setup, I like it a lot. Also switched to a higher mouse pointer speed, so I don't need to use the wrist to move the wrist all that much. Oh, sorry, LV, the yellow tags. Hang on. She have a bot for that. Yeah, the yellow tags are the really tight players. And the orange tags are friends of the channel. So I guess now I have the double gutter, right? No. What am I talking about? Only have that one gutter. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Always my pleasure, LB. Got aces on another. I have aces on another table. Whoa, that was harder than it should be. Right, 2 pair. Just gonna check it. And let it go, I think. Let's see what happens with the aces here. What's my note on him? Small blind. Oh, he raised the ace king 6-5 there. Single suited in the small blind versus my button open. Wish he would have done that now. I do flop 2 pair. I doubt I can find a fold just yet. This is not a happy card at all. Need to let it go. Fair enough. And I think I'm gonna head into a break at some point in the near future. Stream is going on for 3.5 hours. So 8 o'clock. Yeah, like something between 10 and 30 minutes. Again, not a very happy turn. Then again, gives me an open-ender. Interesting spot potentially coming up here. What do you know? So I'm gonna call here, I'm not gonna debate this too long. Yes, Bupkis. Bupkis. Here, this might get interesting if he bets. Should he bet? I'm not really sure I'm gonna lay this down, to be honest. Up here, I have the open-ender, I have the flush draw, so... And stuff's happening all over the place. Yeah, he does bet. I think I'll call this... He did have to... Wow. He had it all. Huge splash. Do have a hand. Wow, and tables are short all over the place. Not sure what's going on. Up here, flop much nicer. Have a much nicer board for holding jacks on. Need to let it go here. And is it went away when snowmobile riding? That's a unique story. That's pretty funny. Also, welcome back, Jua. Nice to see you back. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong thingy selected there. What did he have? Did he actually have a 4? Yeah, he did. King 7 4 3. The wrist. Yeah, I understand. Ooh, that looks helpful. Yeah, you know what, if tables are breaking left and right, I might as well do the same and go on a break. Let's play a few more hands and then... Yeah, why not? So I'll be back in like 90 minutes, 2 hours. See if I can find somebody fun to host. Okay, we do get seated at another table, which is nice. Okay, then I'll stick around for a while longer just to repopulate the player pool. Have some full tables going when I come back. Certainly gonna call here. One gapped rundown. Unfortunately not a good board for it. Fair enough. Interesting spot here. We have top 2 pair basically and the King of Hearts. Hang on, we need to kill the song with fire, I think. Shall never be heard again. Needle. Down here, 1086. I think with the 2 gaps. Let's play it and let's check it out in a moment once the preflop is over. If that is indeed horrible or just completely standard. You want to go to sleep? What's keeping you? Go to bed, man, if you're tired. Oh, okay, that's a good reason not to be able to go to sleep yet, just yet. Yeah, sorry, man. Hate working tired. Was that 10886 right on the button? Check it out if I was being too cautious there. It's fine. 10-5 would be a fold, 10-6 is a raise call. Cool. And a perfect rundown, albeit single suited, I think is a fine open with one dude missing, effectively an MP here. So 2 pair and an open-ender. No hearts though. Does sound like it's coffee time, right? Really? You wanna play for more, huh? Let's do that then. This is an ugly, ugly turn. Good thing we didn't go all in. Yeah. Don't like it. Need to lay it down, I think. Yeah, but I definitely feel like I'm slipping from my A game, or and have been for the last half hour, so taking a break fairly soon. Seems to be the way to go. This is a rather interesting board, I would say, giving us a wrap and a flush draw. So if he comes over the top again, this time I'm gonna repop it. Both wicked, that's exactly how it works with coffee too. It's not going to give you a higher level of energy, it's just going to bring you back to the level of energy you would have had without drinking coffee. Yeah, that's the trouble with coffee. You really notice when you take a break from coffee for a couple of days or weeks. So I think I lost a few, one or two binds here, but still not horrible. We are up 5 binds for the day on Run It Once and half a bind on Microgaming. That's certainly good. Player number 1. It is quite a thing to see you here. Grüß dich. So I'm about to head off to a break. And you know, if you want, we can. Player number 1 is a very one of my best friends, one of my 2 best friends in real life, and glad to see you here. Yeah, and I'll go off in a break, and you know, if you want, we can have a proper conversation then. First of all, I'm gonna play my aces here on the button in the form of ace, ace, 9, 4, single suited in diamonds. And do take it down. Fair enough. Not suited to the ace, I'll let it go. There's some spots where I might raise this. Like make the 3 a jack, a 10. Make them all Broadway cards, then yes, sure. Unfortunately, nobody else from Run It Once is streaming, so I'm not really sure who to host. Okay, there's a tournament dude who looks alright. Never watched his channel, but he's on the final table, so that might be interesting. Right, so if it gets folded around, I will raise this. Yeah, and I think I'll do just that. I'll head on into a break in a moment. Definitely not playing my best game right now. This multi-way, I'm folding. Would have been an interesting board, top and bottom, backdoor flush. Very likely I would have had the best hand, but still, I'm very happy I folded that one. Yeah, I think I'll let the side know that it's time for a break. And it's certainly well deserved. We are up, what did I say, 5.5 binds, so what's that, 110 euros, something like that. Just very welcome after the way yesterday's session went. And certainly a good start to the day. He was the dude raised with the ace king 6-5 single suited. Yep, I remember you, my friend. So I have the gutter to the nuts and... No, not a gutter, I have a nut flush draw and a gut shot to a straight, if a 4 would come, and of course overcards, which might be good. Damn it, I was really hoping to get a check raise in here. Very unfortunate. So I'm not folding. Really hoping he bets small. Now it gets a little bit tricky should he decide to bet. Unfortunately, I have a feeling I need to let it go. So he probably doesn't have ace-jack. He probably doesn't have a straight. Might have ace-6. Meh, let's call it. That'll work too, wow. Wow, that was unexpected. But yeah, time for a break, not a great call. Not seeing that the hand he had, just not because of the hand he had, just generally speaking. Probably not a smart call there. Surprised to see him show up with that hand though. Yeah, not my proudest moment. Damn, I can't talk anymore. It is time for a break. Two more hands. I need to fold this one as well. And that's it. So I'm gonna go into a break. I'm gonna be back in around 90 minutes to possibly a little bit longer, like almost 2 hours, not quite. And yeah, then there'll be more PLO action happening, hopefully. Thanks everybody for watching. Should you be new to the channel, in case you want to be informed by Twitch, by email when I come online, then consider following the channel. If that's not your thing, that's cool. Then just check out the schedule or come back whenever you like. I'm streaming every day. And chances are you will catch me around. Until then, thanks everybody for watching. It's been a good session, up more than 5 binds, like still around 6 binds I think. Let's see what the next session is gonna bring later tonight. Cheers, thanks for watching everybody. See you soon.